already fucked it up.
The Royal Highness.
The royal penis is clean, Your Highness.
There we go.
Welcome to America. No, welcome to Thoughts from the Movies. We are live today where, Zach? Where are we live from? Not Queens, but...
It feels like it. We are live today from the Union Fitness Studios located on the North Shore of Pittsburgh. Union Fitness is more than a traditional gym. It is a place where you can transform yourself inside and out. With a variety of classes based around fitness, yoga, strength, and performance training. At Union Fitness, they believe it is their duty to hold themselves and their clients to a higher standard. They practice what they preach and uphold the values that make Union Fitness the community that it is. Go to unionfitness.com today to sign up for a consultation. Through Union, there is strength. We are fucking children here. Go to unionfitness.com, but after that, don't take any of this fucking seriously.
I'm sorry.
I want to say, first off, congratulations. We broke a new barrier on Thoughts from the Movies this week.
Nobody
you know what
watched.
it is?
You hired a black guy.
You know what it is?
What?
You know what it is?
No.
This was our first movie with boobs.
Shout out titties.
Shout out to titties.
Shout out to titties.
Was it really?
It was our first movie with boobs in it. And what was that?
No, she's got to have it. Definitely had breasts, I think.
I don't think we ever saw them.
He didn't say breasts. He said titties.
She's got to have it. I think had titties in it.
There we go.
got
Clip it.
You know
Clip
Spike.
it.
You know Spike Lee is putting them titties in there.
There we go.
I
Shout out Spike.
I had to make a Black History Month like slideshow for this client, and I put Spike Lee in it, and they were like, "Is that Spike Lee?" And I was like, "Yeah," and they're like, "Sweet." And I was just like, "Okay, cool." I thought I was gonna have to defend Spike Lee as being an influential member in Black history, and they were like, "No, yes, fucking right."
I love
Spike
that someone's
Lee.
actually asking, "Is that Spike Lee?" Like,
Is
he's so
that
distinct.
Spike Lee?
Like, who else would it be? Like,
I didn't put Mars in there though. Maybe if I'd put Mars Blackman instead of Spike, actually Spike Lee, people
there you
would
go.
be like, "Oh yeah."
People would have known.
Right. Zach, what movie did we watch this week?
We watched Coming to America.
Why did we watch Coming to America, Zach?
It's one of my favorite movies.
Okay.
It's one of my favorite movies, and I had an interesting scenario that's like kind of tied to Coming to America. A couple of years ago, a friend of myself and a friend of mine's father went to New York City, and he was like, "Hey," he's like, "I got us a hotel in Queens. What do you think?" And I was
That's where you go to find queens.
Well, I was like, I have to be real honest. I have two perceptions of Queens. One is Coming to America, and the other is King of Queens.
Right.
So I can't really speak with any certainty as to the Red Roof Inn in Queens.
Right.
It could be a wide variety of places.
It really could.
And it was all right. So shout out the Red Roof Inn.
So it was the King of Queens portrayal of Queens, not the Coming to America portrayal of Queens.
I was so fucking drunk I couldn't tell you.
Okay, that's good to know.
I was the king of my queen-size bed in my hotel room in Queens.
I'm happy for you, Zach.
Thank you.
First thoughts about the movie. Justin, had you ever seen Coming to America?
No, I had never seen Coming to America, and I know the second one is coming out later this year on. Oh shit, I think it's now on Amazon.
I think
it
so.
is.
Yeah, Amazon now.
Because this was on Amazon.
Okay, there you go. Yeah,
free.
so
shout out free movies on Amazon.
so yeah, Coming to the number 2 America coming out later this year, but I had never seen it, and my first hot take after watching it is
soon, March 5th.
Let's
Good
go.
job on timing, Zach.
boom.
Air 5, bud.
I'm a professional.
We planned that.
Wow.
We planned that.
We should actually done it this upcoming week, but still. Awesome. Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Wait,
We planned
who
it.
says that Thoughts from the Movies doesn't got it going in the right direction?
What can I say?
Fuck you, Greg and Derek.
Uh,
First hot take.
First hot take. The movie was okay. I wasn't super into the comedy of it, but it was weird. Like, as I was watching it, I appreciated it because I'm like, man, this is such a movie of the 80s. Like, I could see it being a big hit in the 80s just based on, like, the type of humor and the scenarios and everything. And it's one of those ones where, and there are so many of these lately because we're getting a lot of, like, 30 years later sequels and stuff like that, where like I could definitely feel and respect and appreciate like why people liked it so much back when it first came out. Like it's like if you went and watched Con Air or Bad Boys 1, like one of those big 90s movies, you like classic. The Face Off is a great example. Like if you watch Face Off now, you'd probably be like, what the fuck, this is the weirdest movie ever. But in the 90s, you could be like,
No.
I get why that's great.
Nope. Nicolas Cage loses his fucking face.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, so I enjoyed the movie. I wasn't really laughing out loud, but I was respecting it as I was watching it, if that makes sense.
Sure. I think that's a good way to put it.
What did you think?
Man, so I had seen Coming to America when I was, I want to say, like, in high school, maybe. And, I mean, it's a classic. It was a movie that my mom watched with me kind of thing, because that was, like, 80s comedy and my mom are, like, tied at the hip in my brain, because she loved all of them. All, like, Lethal Weapon, Beverly Hills Cop, Turner and Hooch, like Big, all of them. She loved all of them.
Right.
So this was something that I definitely watched like at an early age and remember like the lines, right? The moments. I remember Arsenio Hall just being like fucking hilarious in this movie. I remember like all the big line, you know, the fuck you too, you know, the whole when he's like mopping and, you know, like all that, the goofy shit. I remember the goofy shit so much. I did not remember how long it was. I did not remember this, like, love story. Like, I remember the love story, but not that it was just this, like, cringy and weird. I don't know. Like, if it wasn't for the epic, like, iconic movies scene part of it, it would be a dud. Like, Coming to America is good at, like, 6 beats in the movie, and then the rest of it is just garbage.
What? Weren't you talking about liking it before that? And now you're saying it's all garbage?
I remembered it totally different from how I just watched it as an adult.
Oh, okay.
This will be our legacy.
That whole time I thought you were saying nice things about it, and then 94% of the movie was hot garbage.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Even like, and maybe this is an 80s thing, but like dialogue between characters. Zach, you and I are going to have dialogue, okay?
Okay.
So, and I'm going to explain it using actual technology, all right? Ready? So, Zach and I are having dialogue. Hang on a second. Let me get Zach ready here. Okay. Zach, what do you think about that?
I think it's fantastic. I'm very pleased. I don't know what the fuck I'm
Oh,
supposed to
that's
say.
really interesting, Zach. Here's another quote for you. And then it cuts to you.
Yes.
It's this like weird hang on something, cut. Or like unnecessary reaction things. Like you say something now.
Shloobity doo boo boo. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Like that's what happens all through this fucking movie.
Yeah.
And it drove me up a wall. Shut up, Timmy. I love you, but shut up.
Timmy brings up a good point because I know this isn't exclusive to these scenes,
Right.
but like in the barbershop scene, it's a little necessary.
It's not necessary though.
There's 2 people playing 6 characters.
It's not necessary. You're not cutting it live. It's all done in post. The amount of time you hold on to the shot has nothing to do with, you know what I mean?
Touche.
You're saying you just didn't like how there was no pre-lap with the voiceover. It was just like speaking while on screen, and then you cut to someone else who starts speaking, and then you cut to someone else. Like there wasn't any.
That, but also just how long they like. I would like in my head I'd say cut. Like by the time they actually cut to the camera, like there was particularly, and it's not even in the barbershop scene because the barbershop scene is one of those scenes where you're like, yes, this is that movie,
Yeah.
right? It's him and Lisa talking. It's him and his mom talking, where it's like Eddie Murphy's done, closed his mouth, and taken a breath before they cut to the next fucking person to say something.
Okay.
All right.
That's an
I never problem
that's
with
an
that.
80s thing. That's
Yeah.
like an 80s problem. But this movie, because I was bored while I was watching it, it was painfully obvious.
Jesus.
Well, it's funny that you say, not funny, but it's interesting that you say that the love story is such a terrible part of it. 'Cause that's like the whole movie is the love story.
Mhm.
The entire movie is the love story.
And I don't buy her.
What do you mean?
The actress,
She's a
I
real
thought was
person.
bad.
You thought she was bad?
Yeah.
Like her acting was bad. You didn't like the
Yeah.
acting.
Yeah.
Elisa, you mean?
Yeah.
Okay.
The only
I have a problem with it.
the only people when I was excited were on screen were Eddie Murphy and Arsenio Hall together. Like if just one of them was on screen, I was like, eh.
I can't believe we're doing this.
What about the guy who owns McDowell's, Cleo?
He's good.
Yeah,
He's
you like
fun.
him?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, he
He's
was
fun.
funny.
He's fun, but he's like over the top 80s black actor. Like I mean, that's him.
Yeah.
He played that role in everything he was in.
Okay. So you're saying your hot take is that it was definitely nowhere close to as good as you remember it being.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Sorry,
right.
Zach.
No, I mean,
Sorry, man.
fuck you both. It's cool. You know.
I enjoyed it for what it was, I guess. You know, like again, I wasn't laughing out loud, but it was it's one of those movies where like you go back and you're like, I understand that this is a big hit culturally, people love it.
Right.
You know, even if you're not into it, like I don't know if you felt this way about A Clockwork Orange, but like when you watch a movie that's a classic, even if you're not into it, you're like, I get people think this is a classic, so I get a little bit of that.
I would
The-
not
I
compare
can't
A
even-
Clockwork
this
Orange
is
to Coming to America in
fucking
any way,
ridiculous.
shape, or form.
They're basically the same movie.
They're
if you think about it.
basically the same movie.
Same exact movie.
Oh shit! Zach's gonna leave.
They both had titties.
They did both have. Oh, that was our first.
Oh,
movie
yeah.
with tits.
Boom.
All
You're
right.
welcome.
Wait, the girl with the dragons had. There have been plenty of
Oh,
titty
there have
movies.
been plenty of titties.
Yeah,
Damn it!
Maybe our first black titties.
Could
I don't
be.
know. I don't know if you want to go there.
Could be.
I don't know.
Could
I,
be.
I think so. Since I've been around.
All right. Here's what we got on deck today. Our favorite moments from the movie. Better or worse than, which I have a pretty eclectic mix. What's up, Jason? Sorry I'm late. Did anyone sing the Bride song from The Arranged Marriage? No. Nobody sang that song yet.
Who's up? Who's
I
got it?
can't
Josh-
even.
Josh
That
is
guy's
up.
pipes was fucking unreal. Better or worse than top 5 Eddie Murphy characters. Zach has compiled this list, and let me tell you what, it is offensive to Eddie Murphy.
You should have done better. You should have done better.
And then Justin brought back the movie quotes trivia game from last week, and then we will finish with overrated, underrated.
I swear to God, if Norbit is on your list of top 5 characters,
This show
I'm never doing this
is
show again.
going to be the
I'll
last show we
I'll never do it again.
for thoughts from the movies.
I'll leave mid-show.
Let's start with our favorite moments.
Zach, you want to go first since you are
Yeah.
the big fan of the movie of the three of us?
Yeah, I mean, since you guys fucking hated this movie.
Josh hated it.
Um,
I'm lukewarm. It was fine.
So, I mean,
What's
It-
more disrespectful, me actually having concrete evidence why I didn't like it, or Justin just saying it was fine?
I'm
It's
more
fine.
offended by you.
Boom.
Okay, all right.
Eat it.
I mean, you're not off the hook either, Justin, but I'm more offended by Josh. But yeah, so like I don't know if I'll be able to describe this to you fucking simpletons.
Just show
but
them your
it's,
shoes.
It's so
That's how. Hang on. Let me go to just you.
we got a
There you go. All right,
Little fucking got the
come back. No, now we can't. There it is.
there we go.
Love that.
Got the Coming to America blazers in the fashion of the McDowell's uniform. Shout out Nike for that one.
And
Shout
it
out
says "Coming
McDonald's.
to America" on the back. They're very
Yeah.
cool.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Oh, it does. Those are actually themed sneakers.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh,
those
okay.
are very cool.
Respect.
Paired.
Yeah, those
you
are
didn't
like
buy, did you
legit.
buy them just for the show?
No,
Oh,
I've had them.
You
Uh,
had them?
Yeah, I'm an actual fan of the movie. I'm like, you fucking fraud.
I can honestly say none of my shoes have a movie title on them.
You don't have
so-
World War Z shoes?
No,
I'm
I don't.
surprised by that
Yeah.
because of how much World War Z merch you wore for years after you were on that movie.
I had that one hat, and it was World War Z. I
Yeah,
just
well,
wore
you
it to
wore
death.
it
yeah.
every day.
No, I don't have like babe slippers or anything. Yeah, I don't do that.
That's a bizarre movie to pick merch from.
Yeah.
It just came to me. I don't know.
Babe. I don't have a that'll do pig sweatshirt.
But I'd wear it if I did, though. I would wear it if I did. Now I kind of want one.
Yeah.
you know. Sorry, Zach. Go.
No, you're good.
You were talking.
Yeah, I mean, this movie is literally iconic moment after fucking iconic moment.
Okay, name
So-
some.
Okay, so I mean the cleaning of the royal penis.
Uh-huh.
You know, he meets his bride. and he's asking her to like bark like a fucking
yeah,
dog.
that is funny. And he comes in and James Earl Jones is like, I see you're getting along.
Yeah, yeah. When they get to Queens, they get mugged. There's the dude that's like, he wants some toothbrushes, and he's got all their shit. They're like, oh, we need to dress like New Yorkers. And they come out in like the most touristy shit like
Right,
ever.
Right.
They go to the barbershop. The barbershop scene's electric.
Yes.
All three barbershop scenes. Because there's one before they even go in,
Right.
when they go in, and then the one at the credits.
Let's talk about the barbershop scene.
I can't.
For a
Yeah,
minute.
can we
Yeah,
pause
let's-
on the barbershop scene?
Yeah, of course.
You had to like
Murphy-
that scene.
Eddie Murphy plays a white Jewish guy.
I didn't even know that until
It's
like
Eddie Murphy.
yeah,
It's
far
fucking
beyond after I
awesome.
watched it.
My
Yeah.
favorite part, rewatching it this last time that I never noticed before, is that when Eddie Murphy's in the chair getting his hair cut, that guy, that character, is in the mirror, and it's just like a nondescript white dude with a mustache.
Oh my god.
It looks not. It looks like it's
It
got a
looks-
mustache and a hat on.
Oh,
but like,
not
that's
even close.
awesome.
yeah. So I was like, oh, I kind of appreciate that they were like,
They're like, catch me if you can.
yeah.
Yeah, I
And
dig that.
I wonder if they had like shot those scenes and then like shot the scene where he's getting his hair cut, and they're like, fuck, he was sitting there like,
right.
let's find a white guy, real
Right.
quick, you know.
Right.
I was surprised at that scene. I mean, I was surprised to learn that it was the first time that Eddie Murphy did the whole multiple characters thing,
Which
in a
would
movie.
become his calling card.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the reason why it's like when you go back to watch this movie, you've seen that shtick already a whole bunch of times. So
Right.
it's not like that
Right.
cool or funny or anything because you've seen it a billion times. But I'm sure at the time it was really cool. But it's such an interesting. It's a fun scene. It really is. And the way that they pull it off, I think, is pretty flawless. You know?
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely. Absolutely. That scene has outgrown the movie.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that is, and even the final scene in the movie where it's just Eddie Murphy just clearly in love with the white Jewish guy, and he goes, taste the spaghetti or the soup. He's like,
Yeah.
what's wrong with the soup? Just taste the soup. Taste the soup. All right, where's your spoon? Aha.
That's gold.
Uh-huh.
That is fucking
Yeah.
gold.
Yeah, like
Eddie
that's
Murphy has
the
plays
best.
such a great Jewish guy. I mean,
really
who would
does.
have thought?
Really
Yeah.
does.
I would see that spin-off movie. The
Right.
Jewish guy in a
Yeah.
barbershop starring
Well,
Eddie
I mean,
Murphy.
he's gonna be in it, so
Did you guys catch the Cuba Gooding Jr. cameo?
yes,
Yeah.
I did.
Loved that.
Yes, I
Oh,
did.
yeah.
No lines in it, but I think that was his first role, actually.
Could've
like his
been.
first
Very well could've
credited
been.
screen role. Yeah.
What modern day character would y'all want to do the multiple character movie thing like Eddie Murphy? That's a great question.
Modern day character or modern day
I think actor. Man, it's tough because we don't really have like Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly are the current kings of comedy for lack of anybody better off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't particularly care to see them play multiple. Maybe John C. Reilly, I could see that because he does have enough breath in him to play, like the weird professor thing from Eric, Awesome Eric or whatever, but then also be John C. Reilly and then, do all, the Kyle Norton Jr. can interact with, the professor guy and all
Definitely.
sorts of stuff.
There's a series that's on Netflix. I think it was only one season, and it's not done in this fashion where it's one person playing multiple characters interacting with each other. But it's a show called The Characters where they have like 8 comedians, each have their own episode where they play multiple characters in like
Oh, that's cool.
they start off as like individual skits kind of, but then as the show progresses, it like all like
The characters interact.
comes together into like one coherent storyline, and it's the first 2 episodes are fucking hilarious. The one's got the chick from The Wrong Missy.
I don't know.
I can never fucking remember
Okay.
her name. But back to the iconic scenes.
Well,
Well,
hey,
yeah, to answer
Justin,
that question.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, answer me this, because we're talking about shows on Netflix with only limited amount of series and actors portraying multiple people. I feel like Dave Chappelle did that, or did he not? And I will say I did go back and watch the first
Man.
episode of Chappelle's Show
And
after you mentioned
And?
it last week. I mean, that last sketch is pretty ridiculous.
it's pretty
Yeah,
ridiculous,
the last,
right?
The ending line of it.
Yes.
The black white supremacist,
Yeah.
and then the final line
Yeah,
is
he immediately
electric.
divorced her.
Yeah.
I texted Josh after last week like shitting on Rappaport that Rappaport is a Pop Copy employee in the first skit.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And I was like, Rappaport's cool. He
Yeah,
gets a pass.
He's
he's
Rappaport,
a Chappelle
yeah.
show. Eddie Murphy or not Eddie Murphy, Dave Chappelle and Charlie Murphy in the Player Haters Ball do play multiple characters at the same time.
Mhm.
Dave Chappelle does it in the SNL cold open he did that was like a callback to the Walking Dead season finale.
Oh, I
He
don't
plays
remember
like,
that.
are you like quasi familiar with the Walking Dead?
Yeah,
So there's the character played by Jeffrey Dean Morgan Negan,
yeah.
and the one finale of the Walking Dead is like all the characters are like lined up, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan goes through with a baseball bat and kills like 3 of them. So it's Dave Chappelle as Negan, but then like the crackhead character he plays, it's like him going through his characters like
Uh-huh.
lined up and killing
Yeah.
them. So it's like Tyrone the crackhead.
Okay.
It's the player hater.
Oh
It's
man.
Rick James, you know, like, and that's the closest thing I can think that Chappelle does where he's like multiple characters interacting with each other.
Yeah. Oh man, I want to see that because they're like you just listed off the 5 best skits from the Chappelle show.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then he goes to hit Prince, and Prince just turns and goes, "No, darling," and then he drops the bat. Like that's like what needs to happen.
I do love your Will Ferrell suggestion though. I mean, I would anytime you ask me for like a comedic actor to do more of something, I just want to say Seth Rogen because he's my favorite guy of all
Seth
time.
Rogen doing multiple characters would be interesting.
Yeah, I think that's so funny. I would love to see more of him. But Will Ferrell would probably be the best person who could do it in terms of just like completely bouncing back and forth.
Did Jim Carrey ever do it?
No.
Adam Sandler did it, I think.
Yeah.
Jack and Jill.
Yeah,
and
Jack
some
and
other
Jill,
stuff.
but that's about it.
Speaking of SNL, he was also. Did you guys ever see the Sandler family reunion on SNL? Where it was
did.
like all his characters came back
Oh,
and
no.
like
I
all the
didn't see
SNL
that.
casts were different Sandler characters. yeah.
Oh, that'll be good.
That was a
I
funny
need to-
one,
I
but,
have some googling to do.
Yeah.
I would want to see Bill Hader do it.
Bill Hader'd be good too.
I think he could pull it off.
Also, The Rock, just because The Rock's entertaining and everything.
Oh yeah.
So, all right, iconic moments.
Yeah, so
Barbershop,
Barbershop-
fucking amazing.
Absolutely.
Going to McDowell's for the first time. The fact that Louis Anderson works at fucking
Oh,
McDowell's.
I wrote down at like whatever the time code was. I was like Louis Anderson sighting, and then put a smiley face.
He's like talking about his progression in the company. He's like, in one day, maybe I'll even be fry cook. That's when
Mhm.
the big bucks start coming in. And then you have the scene with the cameraman, and he's like, me and McDonald's have a little misunderstanding.
Right.
They're McDonald's. I'm McDowell's. They got the golden arches. I got the golden arcs. They got the Big Mac. I got the Big Mick. Like, and then they go to the fucking fundraiser and sexual chocolate, and
So that
he puts his chicken bones in the basket, and he's like, "Get out of here! That's not trash." Like, it's,
I think so. Like the McDowell's thing was like, aha, clever. But and to Justin's point, and I think I said this when we watched The Good, the Bad, the Ugly, was that like a lot of so many things have been borrowed from this movie that like I think like the parodies of it are funnier. Like Whack Arnold's and Chappelle Show, right? Whack Arnold's is funnier to me than McDowell's, okay? But Whack Arnold's doesn't happen without McDowell's. And like the best part of the movie though is Arsenio Hall being the preacher.
yeah.
The preacher at the dinner party, the preacher on top of it. Like anytime the preacher shows up, like I am locked in to Arsenio Hall. And the best part is Arsenio Hall's character Semi reacting to the preacher, because then it dawns on you that he's just playing off of himself,
Right.
and you wonder which one he shot first. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's just so much awesomeness. Unfortunately, Arsenio Hall really didn't turn out to be much, but
I know. I
This
was like,
movie, he's
after,
amazing.
After seeing
Talk
this
show
movie, I was
host.
like, yeah, why didn't he do more? I always get him confused with Wesley Snipes. I'm always like, which one is that again?
Oh, okay.
Because
Well, that's racist.
no,
Which one is that again?
Which one of the very
they look identical.
dark
No,
actors?
Okay.
they're identical.
Okay.
Google, I'm telling you, they're identical.
No,
But
they really are. They have like a similar like haircut too.
they just have a similar face. Like I'm always like, in Arsenio Hall is a name that I know, but I
He
don't know.
Wesley, and he did it again.
It Wesley Nips and
This fucking guy.
yeah. I don't know.
I think
well-
Wesley Snipes looks like Don Cheadle actually.
Oh, it's racist. This guy thinks everyone is looking the same.
I think Wesley Snipes looks like Jeremy Renner, so fuck you.
There you go.
Nice.
There they are together on the Arsenio Hall show.
Which one is which?
Oh,
That's Arsenio Hall.
Okay.
That's Wesley Snipes.
All right,
guys,
sure.
this has been thoughts from the movies.
Yeah, we are
once-
officially
Once
canceled.
Twitch sees this one, we're out. But no, like even when they're at their fucking apartment building, and he's like talking about the landlord about switching apartments, he's like, "Yeah, you'll love mine. It's a real piece of shit." Like they trick out the apartment with a hot tub. I mean, I could just go through and relay the entire fucking movie.
But I think it's kind of like Napoleon Dynamite, where it's funnier to talk about it than it is to watch it.
well, see, what I think is interesting is you were like, I like the parodies of it more.
Yeah.
And this is what I'll call your Heat paradox, where you're like, so many fucking movies borrowed from Heat,
Right.
and then you're like,
right.
Heat's not that great,
Right.
but I love everything they stole from it.
Right.
You know,
Right. It's like it's a best hits album. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
everybody, if you just condense the movie to all the best parts, you'd be like, that was a great fucking movie. But like, the best parts aren't good enough to hold up some of the trash that happens between Lisa and Akeem.
I think if you took the greatest clips from this movie though, and watched them all, you would have watched the entire movie except for like 25 minutes.
Oh.
I don't know if there's that many. Like when you're thinking about great moments from the movie, like the funniest scenes and everything, I'm definitely thinking about the beginning, the intro. I'm definitely thinking about the barbershop
The
scene.
royal penis is clean, your highness.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know that anything really jumps out after
Son.
that.
I just assumed that you had sex with your chambermaids. I know I do.
I think it gets a
See,
little.
like that's a great example though, because it's like it's something that you don't remember necessarily, but when you say it, it's really
pretty funny.
Yeah. I agree. I think it gets a little long at the end. I
Yeah,
think like
oh,
the
yeah.
last 30 minutes when they go back for the
The
wedding
running
and all that.
around is
Yeah.
a little much.
Yeah. But I mean, even the Soul Glow, like they got on their hair and they get up off the couch and there's fucking stains on the
That's
back
right,
of the couch.
That's really
like,
funny.
That's what I'm talking about when I'm saying I watched the movie and I'm not laughing out loud, but like I'm kind of into it because like
right.
that's not like a ha 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 type of thing, but you're like, oh, that's pretty clever.
That's
like
really
that's
funny,
that's great
yeah.
writing. Like that's a funny moment. Yeah.
That's what JD breaks up with that one girl because she doesn't laugh. She just goes, "That's so funny."
Oh,
in
yeah, yeah.
Scrubs. That was me through the
Alex.
whole movie. I'm like, "That's so funny."
Yeah, I kind of agreed. Like I was like, this is a humorous scene. This is a
It's
humorous
tough.
part.
But I don't like just and it's tough to compare them. But Airplane comes out around the same time.
yes.
And that is the other 80s comedy we've watched on Thoughts for the Movie, so I'm going to stay right here with it. Airplane, I had to pause the movie. I was laughing so hard at parts. I think maybe twice I laughed at Coming to America.
Really?
And it was the royal penis is clean and the I know I do cuz it's just like James Earl Jones saying anything dirty is fucking hilarious.
Well, wait, what? You rewatched it for the show, right?
Yeah.
And were you laughing as much as you remember laughing at it?
I don't think I laughed out loud as much as I like would snicker at things, you know. But like I've also seen this movie
A lot,
maybe a
yeah.
thousand times.
Well,
But
I
like
don't-
the parts that like
Dude,
I
I-
think are funny, like made me. I might not have laughed out loud, but like I felt it.
Yeah,
You know, like I
I
was
get
like,
that.
I fucking love this. Scene.
I see you and I raise you the fact that if right now I put on the scene in Billy Madison where she goes turn the book to 69, Justin would laugh right now. He's
a great-
trying not to
yeah,
laugh
it's a
right
great
now.
movie.
I'm trying not
The
to
whole
laugh
movie's
right
great.
now. Like I will laugh out loud at Billy Madison every fucking time.
Yeah, I mean, in the same regard, like there was a point where Blazing Saddles was on Netflix, and I think I watched Blazing Saddles every day,
Yeah,
and I laughed
every time.
every fucking time.
Yep.
Like laughed.
Yeah.
Like in tears, and like I was like, have I watched this movie for the last 5 days?
Doesn't matter.
Yes, but this is also like the 5,005th time I've seen this movie.
Steady as a board.
It's so and I mean, that's probably just like a testament to Mel Brooks, you know.
Right.
Like Eddie Murphy is not Mel Brooks.
One of the most
But he gets
awkward
dangerously close.
movie going experiences I ever had was watching Spaceballs at the Row House Cinema, sitting between my mom and my wife. Anastasia did not think it was funny at all, and my mom and I are in tears laughing the entire way through it. And
So
then
good.
at the end, when the alien pops out, goes, "Hello, my baby." Hello.
Yeah.
That's the only thing Anastasia laughed at. So she's like
Makes
her
sense.
entire she's like Spaceballs was really dumb except for when the alien pops out of the guys. And I'm like, that's enough for me. All right, we can stay married. Like that's fine.
I bet she gives a great helmet.
I bet she
All-time line.
gives
Oh,
great
boy.
helmet.
All-time line. But it's something I would want to bring up before we go
No,
further
you're good.
here. And I don't know because I've only seen parts of one of them. Does Tyler Perry play other characters
Yeah.
besides Medea in the
Uh-huh.
Medea movies?
Uh huh. He plays like the grandpa and all sorts of other.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, is this movie kind of like a more commercial, like
what was
Medea?
Tyler Perry randomly in?
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl.
Gone Girl. That's right.
It's
Sorry, go ahead.
One of the best performances.
It
in
really
the movie.
is. I was
He
like,
was
oh
solid.
shit.
He was
All right.
solid.
But what I wonder is, and I could be speaking like out of turn here, but I don't think I am. But I think like in the 2000s, like forward, there were certain movies that were like marketed to like a black audience.
Yeah, black comedies
Yeah,
for sure.
and I don't think that Coming to America. Maybe it is, but I think there's something about it that makes it like it has universal appeal.
Oh, I don't think that's out of line to say at all. I think you have to remember, Coming to America is Eddie Murphy's first movie off of SNL. And it is largely made on the back of how cool Eddie Murphy is at the time. Like, that's it. Like, they went into this movie, they're like, we got the two coolest black actors available to man, and we're going to put them in this movie, and they're going to play 6 characters, and it's like this visionary piece of filmmaking in a lot of ways.
Oh, yeah.
It really is. And the idea that this SNL guy, well, it worked with Belushi, it worked with Dan Aykroyd, it worked with, Chevy Chase, it worked with all these other guys. Why couldn't it work with Eddie Murphy? And like as a black guy in the late 80s,
Mhm.
that is a huge we're going to roll the dice here and see what happens. Now, granted, Michael Jordan's coming up at the same time. Rap is at its all-time popularity, like beginning popularities. I mean, there's a lot of things that would have indicated, yes, this will be a hit, but the massive box office success that this was not seen coming.
Right.
This was a big roll of the dice. It's pretty cool.
Also, want to take a moment to make a statement here.
Okay.
And in regard to my top 5 Eddie Murphy characters, which we will get to, but it's important
Tell
because
the
of the
people.
chat now. Norbit is included on that list
Oh.
only because I was thinking in all reality about Martin Lawrence and Big Mama's House.
Jay Tronics, you're absolutely right. Richard Pryor was definitely pretty bankable at that point.
True.
Well, yeah,
Um,
he paved the way for all of those guys.
everybody.
and they all say that too.
Right.
And I'll say it every chance I get. Richard Pryor had sex with Marlon Brando.
Pretty fucking cool.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Martin Lawrence in Big Mama's House.
The original Tyler Perry.
Yes.
Yes.
No?
I think Big Mama's House was
Was
before
first?
Tyler Perry. I think
Okay.
the first Tyler Medea
Yeah.
movie was like 08 or 09.
Okay.
And Big Mama's was before
Big
that.
Mama's House. Fucking hilarious.
Big Mama House 2 poster signed by one Martin Lawrence and whoever the female actress is in it. It hangs in my house.
Over.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shout the
A
fuck out.
movie quality poster. Thanks again, Justin, for pointing that out to my wife at the silent auction.
You are very welcome. have you guys actually seen that movie?
No!
Of course.
You've never seen Big Mama's House?
I've seen Big Mama's House, but not Big as Mama's House 2.
Oh,
That's the poster they have.
yeah,
Number 2.
it's
yeah.
2.
you should have led
Nia
with that.
Long,
I
there
would
you
have been
go.
less excited. Sorry.
All right.
I want to say one thing too
Oh,
about
yeah,
the movie.
we're not done here. Go ahead.
Yeah, one thing that I loved about it, and again, this comes back to like kind of respecting it because it's so of its time. It's like when you're watching some of the scenes in this movie, like there's two thoughts, right? First of all, Zach is dead on with like there's sort of a universality to it, in that it's just like a guy who wants to find a woman he can talk to and appreciates, and like not just some bimbo who's gonna do whatever she says, which is insanely timely given all the movements that are happening. And so I don't know if this movie was ahead of its time in that sense,
I think so.
but
He's a feminist.
yeah, but certainly is could be something that was made today, I think. But also with the writing, like right out the bat, you have that line where it's like, "The royal penis is clean, Your Highness," and I was like, I just still don't see lines written like that. Like comedy in this movie is witty and clever, and it can be a little bit dirty at times, but it's largely very clever writing, and I don't think we've really
Right.
seen that too much lately with a lot of the comedy. Like
Bill
we've been
Murray
in the,
ruined it for everybody.
well, we've been in the era, I'd say, of the last 10 or 15 years of like the Apatow, Rogan, Jonah Hill, like all that, sort of the R-rated like graphic penis talk and like, dick jokes and like just bringing that all to the forefront. Because before that, like that stuff was taboo and people were kind of afraid to go there. And I don't remember if it was Rogan or Apatow who said they were going to cure America's fear of the penis by just, like making that
Sausage
everything.
Party.
Yeah. But that's sort of the realm that we've operated in for the last decade or so with comedies. Like, it's been very, very raunchy, very hardcore R-rated raunchy. And this was, like, clever R-rated. And so it's just I think it reflected that decade better when you have, like, the John Hughes movies and things like that where there are more of those really Cameron Crowe type of well-written movies that are just different than they are today. And that was something I noticed throughout. Was just, like, all these lines, I'm like, that's, like, it wouldn't have been offensive at the time. It wasn't so, like, disgustingly raunchy that it would turn people off. Like, it was just funny. It's like the royal penis is clean is such a funny like hint of naughty,
Airplanes
but
that
yeah,
way too.
yeah,
A lot of like, surely you can't be serious. I am serious, and don't call me Shirley. Like,
exactly. It's just a
So
type of writing
clever.
from that era, which like just
Right.
enhances the movie when you're watching it. I think.
yes, Timmy, there is a second Big Mama's house.
Is
Let
there
me-
might be 3.
There, I think you're right. There is 3. Let me ask you guys this: do we believe this role led to James Earl Jones being Mufasa?
That was a stretch for me.
It was funny when you asked that question because I forgot that The Lion King came out after
After.
this movie. But you know that his wife in this movie also plays Sarabi in Lion King, who's his wife,
I'm
the
just
female
saying,
lion.
there's a lot so the way he speaks in that proper African accent, a lot of the lines, the way he delivers them, the fact that he's a king, like a lot of it, like when he says certain stuff, I'm like, oh, Mufasa's talking right now. Like it just sounds like Mufasa, except for when he says, I'll handle him myself. Then I'm like, oh, Darth Vader's here. But like, it sounds like Mufasa. The accent, the way he speaks, like it. I don't know. It sounds like Mufasa to me, and it just seems like somebody at Disney saw that movie and went, "There it is."
Maybe, yeah, I could see that for sure. I mean, there's a lot of similarities there, I think, between the characters
Right.
in terms of being kings of African countries and dealing with rebellious sons that are trying to figure their shit out. I could see it.
I'd say it's probably a mix of that and Darth Vader. Because, I
Yeah,
mean, Darth Vader's
Darth
pretty
Vader
much a king,
yeah.
too. you
Right.
know?
Well, you need somebody with. I mean, probably one of the first things they thought of was like
Thank
you need
Feathershell.
you need someone just with this incredible, powerful, magnetic, like regal voice that
Yeah.
sounds like the voice of God almost, right?
Well,
so
and few better.
exactly.
Few better.
Yeah. So I'm sure this helped though. For sure. Who has a better voice, him or Morgan Freeman? Timmy says.
James Earl Jones to me.
Yeah.
It depends on what you're using it for. I mean, Morgan Freeman, I think, has a more versatile-y.
That's true. I don't want James Earl Jones
Aesthetic
narrating
voice.
Walk of the Penguins.
Yeah, like if James Earl Jones is putting you to sleep, I'd probably be like,
I don't want to sleep.
But I think Morgan Freeman's aesthetically pleasing voice is more diverse than James Earl Jones is, but James Earl Jones has more gravitas to his voice.
Okay, I buy that.
That's how I would
Buy
describe
it.
that.
yeah.
I'll take it.
Cool. All right.
Samuel though, there's throw him in there. Samuel or
He's in the movie.
Samuel L. appearance.
Yeah.
when I saw his name in the credits, like as the very last name, I was like,
I was just
nice.
like, yes.
It's always a
yes.
treat when you have those like early Samuel performances
Yeah.
where you don't know that he's in the movie and then he shows up for like one scene.
Right.
I'm
And you're
still
like,
not. I'm still not sure that's him in Goodfellas.
That's
I
not
think-
him in Goodfellas.
I think it is.
I think it is too, but I'm still. You can never see his face clear enough because he's got his
yeah.
back turned most of the scene. But I'm like, I think that's Samuel, but I don't fucking
Very well
know.
could be.
Yeah.
Very well could be. All right. I have compiled the better or worse than this week. Normally Justin does it. So I basically made a bunch of my favorite black comedies and 80 movies to compare this to. So better or worse. Better or worse than Coming to America. All right. That is the game. The first one, we watched it on Thoughts from the Movies. It is a classic 80s comedy, Airplane. Better or worse than Coming to America?
Don't make me do this.
You're gonna have to pick Airplane, aren't you?
I do.
Yeah,
I have to pick Airplane.
I obviously
I don't
agree,
like.
but
I don't like Airplane as much. Like I'd probably rather I don't know. It's really fucking funny.
It is really funny.
Here's what I'm gonna say, and I think it's gonna get me in trouble. And
Okay.
and if anyone in the chat wants to yell at me, you can, because
Yeah.
I have no boundaries and don't know what the
That's
boundaries
fine.
are anymore.
Yeah.
I want to say Airplane, but I feel like if I was a black guy, I would say Coming to America. Like I feel like they're so
I
similar
don't think
that like
that's wrong.
I mean I don't
think it's wrong.
I just don't know if that's okay to say in today's world, but that's how I feel. Like I think if you
You're
had
gonna
if
find
you had
out.
one of each and you're like if you're watching each movie, like there's so many similar things about them.
Right.
Airplane just feels like a white guy movie, you know?
Yeah, I don't think that's racist to say. I don't. I think that's culture.
Yeah.
That's just, especially in the 80s.
There might be a little profiling there. I don't know.
I don't know. All right.
We'll find out.
Um,
They'll let us know.
I personally I would say Airplane is better than Coming to America.
we'll know when the numbers dip.
They're going up.
We're going Airplane then, right? All of us?
Yeah.
Okay. This one, Barbershop.
Coming to America.
Really?
Yeah.
Justin?
I haven't seen Barbershop.
Oh my God. All right. Well,
It's real funny.
yeah, it's really fucking, and it's basically the
Is it just
idea
that barbershop scene like in a whole movie?
in a whole movie,
Okay.
but also has like some serious tones to it because Ice-T is like trying to get out of the streets essentially.
The Ice Tea or Ice Cube?
It's
Ice Cube. What did I say?
Ice Tea.
Oh,
You know that whichever one of them had their name second was like, at some point we're gonna run into this problem, right?
yeah. Ice Cube would have had it second, right? Ice-T was in.
I think
NWA.
Ice Tea predated
Ice
Cube.
Cube was in NWA.
Okay, so Ice
Yeah,
Cube.
but isn't Ice T older though by a
Yeah.
good bit? So
Okay.
I don't know.
He
who's
was like a
stronger.
rapper, and then he like was in Body Count.
Okay.
I have an Ice Cube too on my thigh.
Do you?
I do.
Cool.
Yeah. Just
Okay.
respect the Cube, who hasn't been in much lately.
No,
but
but
yeah,
his son
I haven't
is.
seen it.
Ice Cube in this movie is like trying to like not go to crime, and like the barbershop is the wholesome place where families come together, yada yada yada. Very funny. Cedric the Entertainer kills it. Eve, if you remember her from the midnight or late '90s, early 2000s.
Oh, the rapper. Eve.
the rapper. Yep.
Nice.
Loaded. It's a great fucking movie. I love Barbershop. Barbershop.
Are the
is
sequels as good as the first one? I think there's
Barbershop
three. There's
2 was
three total.
okay.
I think I might like. Which one's the one where they're trying to the guy that does like the Navy commercials is trying to turn it into a titty bar?
I think that's Barbershop 2.
I fuck with Barbershop #2.
Okay, yeah. Like Barbershop 2 was where they add in oh my God, Justin, who's in your heist movie? Who's your smooth talker?
Queen Latifah.
Yeah, Queen Latifah's in Barbershop 2. I'm going Barbershop. Anybody else? No, Zach, you said Coming to America.
Yeah.
All right. I have not seen this movie, but it is on my short list. White Man Can't Jump.
White Man Can't Jump. Wesley and Woody. What a combination.
What a
man.
combination, but for real.
I love White Man Can't Jump actually. That's
Okay.
it's a fun movie. I mean, it's just so 90s. But it's just great. There's a lot of happening. There's actors like crime and humor. Rosie Perez is Mega Babe. Like these guys are both fantastic. I really enjoy White Man Can't Jump, and that is definitely better than Coming to America.
I haven't seen the whole thing. I've only seen like clips and parts,
Okay.
but also on my short list because it's Woody and Wesley.
Right. I think too, and this is one of the only movies where the black white guy combo works to box office success.
Well, what are some other ones?
What's the one with Chappelle and Sandler?
Chappelle and Sandler?
Yeah,
Is that even a movie?
it is. Yeah.
I couldn't tell you. I don't remember Dave Chappelle.
The only
being like a
Chappelle movie I can
two-hander?
think of is How High.
No, he's
I think you made it up.
no, because I can see the poster on Robin's wall. It's a cop movie. Adam Sandler cop movie.
I don't. He was fireman a whole bunch of times.
Bulletproof. Oh, it's Damon Wayans. I'm wrong.
Oh man.
Bulletproof.
Christ.
I don't know what you guys want from me. It's like you guys are taking it on the chin because
No, I
it's with black actors, but I don't know any actors.
I
so
think
like it's
All of us are confusing black actors with other black actors.
I
It's
just
terrible.
I just want to go on the record that I have not done so yet. Big Mama's House is
Hey,
like,
come on.
fair because they're
Group effort.
playing other. No, I will not. I'll
Part
not
of the
be
team.
lumped in. I'll not
Part
be
of the team.
lumped in with you
That's
bigots.
right. Zach's gonna get canceled for a Great Depression. He doesn't need any help.
Yeah.
Okay.
But no, I
well,
would,
Bulletproof.
what about like Lethal Weapon?
Oh, Lethal
Well,
Weapon's
Lethal
awesome.
Weapon was a big bang.
yeah.
That's a good
Love
one.
that one.
Does this count that fucking movie with Kevin Hart and The Rock?
Nah, because they're both
They're
The
both
Rock's
black.
diversity. Yeah, they're both because The
Rock's
Rock's Samoan, so
He's
he's
not
not
black.
He's not white. But
It's not black though,
Mhm.
is he?
no, he's like Samoan or like East Polynesian or something. He's like island
He is.
tribal.
If
I
we
forget
bring-
where
if
he's
we-
Samoan.
if
He's
we-
I think he's American Samoa.
If we brought up the Dave Chappelle racial draft though, I think he could go either way.
He could. There used to be, and this was really bad, but there was a. It was called the brown paper bag test in the WWE.
Oh God.
Where
Stop.
I mean, this
Stop.
is real.
It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about. And
I mean,
don't-
I'm
don't
talking
know
about
this.
a racist policy that the WWE had.
Okay.
And The Rock was the first one to break it. He
He's
was the
not-
first black WWE champion.
What's the policy?
The brown paper bag policy.
What does that mean?
Yeah,
that
but I
if
don't-
their skin shade is darker,
Oh my god.
they can't be champion. That was a real fucking thing in wrestling.
Okay. They can't be champion or they can't be in wrestling.
They couldn't be the champion.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, fuck you, Vince McMahon.
Right. Right.
What's is the movie Trading Places with Dan Aykroyd and
Yeah. Yep.
Eddie Murphy?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I
Alright.
don't know if it's the best combo of white guy and a black guy buddy movie, but this is definitely up there for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jaytronics is drafting the Wu-Tang Clan for
Absolutely.
your Chappelle draft.
Yeah. No, somebody does draft. Don't the
The
Asians
Asians.
draft the
Yeah.
entire Wu-Tang Clan?
Yeah.
It's very funny.
From the fucking rafters.
Yeah. All right. Beverly Hills Cop. Better or worse than Coming to America?
I've not seen Beverly Hills Cop, but it came out before Coming to America, so
Mhm.
I think this is the movie that put him on the map for
Might have been.
movie
You
stardom.
might be right.
'Cause I think this is '83, and Coming to America is '88, but I haven't seen Beverly Hills Cop.
I'm going Coming to America, Beverly Hills Ninja,
Okay.
Beverly Hills Cop.
Okay. All
If
right.
Beverly Hills Ninja was on here, that's a whole different story.
I think Beverly Hills Cop he's less funny. He's cool.
Yeah.
He's badass.
Yeah.
Banana in the tailpipe.
All right. Here's another 80s classic, The Blues Brothers. Better or worse than Coming to America?
Oof.
I
Which is more culturally
It's tough.
significant?
That's tough. That is down the line. Because, I mean,
I think this goes to the airplane discussion of like white people movie, black people movie.
Could
Because
be.
white people only own Ray-Bans because of the Blues Brothers.
not wrong. Not wrong. It's also, I mean, this, like I said, my mom introduced me to all the 80s comedies. This was the first one. This is the staple in the house of just like, there's no movie funnier than Blues Brothers. Like that's the fucking line.
I don't like the Blues Brothers.
Really?
No.
That surprises me.
I'm Jim Belushi over John Belushi.
Wow.
I mean, that's just my personal taste, though.
If you would have been like, I'm John Candy over Jim Belushi, I may have let that slide. But
I am too.
that is just offensive.
I don't like John Belushi that much.
All right. Justin, you didn't see Blues Brothers?
I know.
Oh, you have? Okay.
Every white person has seen Blues Brothers.
That's pretty much where we're getting to.
To Zach's point, which I agree with.
Right.
So, although I will say when I watched Blues Brothers, I don't remember thinking it was that funny either. Like maybe it was just
Undercover
maybe you just had to be
Undercover
there.
Brothers hilarious, Timmy. It is hilarious.
Undercover Brother. I did enjoy Undercover
Mhm.
Brother. Yeah, I think Blues Brothers is like you had to be there type of movie. You know, it was that time. Those were the guys on SNL. Those were those characters. Although I wouldn't say that about Wayne's World, which I still find hilarious.
Right.
But comparing the two, I don't know. I'd say they're both equal. I think in cultural significance.
Okay.
Blues Brothers and Coming to America.
I'll take it.
I'm cool with the tie there.
Yeah.
Caddyshack.
I don't think I've seen Caddyshack.
This is Greg
feel like I
Malick's-
have,
Greg
but
Malick on Two Beers Deep. This is a favorite movie.
I have heard so many references and quotes too, but I've never actually sat down and watched it.
Caddyshack to me is exactly like Coming to America in the sense that it's the moments that have transcended the movie, but the movie itself is actually quite boring. Like, you forget that 90% of Caddyshack is the kid playing in the golf tournament. Like, you think of, like, Bill Murray and Rodney Dangerfield and, like, all the bits with the gopher or the groundhog and shit. But 90% of the movie is the kid playing in the Invitational to try to get a job as a caddy. Like, it's pretty bad. Like, Chevy Chase is hilarious.
He's playing in a golf tournament, and the winner becomes a caddy?
Yeah, he gets a job or something like that.
That sounds like terrible. plot.
Right.
What?
And so, like,
if you're
you
good
think
enough to
of-
win a golf tournament, why would you be
Right.
somebody's caddy?
And here's the deal, though. The main character in the movie is not on the poster.
It's for scholarship money, I think.
I think you're right.
Oh, okay.
But, like, the main character is not on the poster.
Who's the guy in the back?
That's Bill Murray.
Bill Murray's the guy on the left.
No, that's Rodney Dangerfield.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, so who's the main guy?
The kid playing for the
Well,
scholarship.
who's the kid? Is it like Ralph Macchio or like who's the kid? Some big like 80s
I
kid?
don't even know
think
what
so.
is what
like
the
Culkin brother or Baldwin?
So I saw Caddyshack for the first time at the Row House probably like 5 years ago, and I was like, I'm not like a golf guy.
Michael
like,
O'Keefe is Danny Noonan. He's also known for nothing.
Michael Clayton.
Yeah.
Um, I think Caddyshack's fucking hilarious.
I prefer Coming to America over Caddyshack.
I do as well, but Caddyshack
If you get-
is I was pleasantly surprised by how funny I thought it was.
If it's Friday night and you have nothing to do and you're just in your
Coming to
room
America.
getting ripped,
Coming to America.
is Coming to America the funnier movie?
Yeah.
I think I'd go Caddyshack.
I feel like Caddyshack would lend itself to just being completely lambasted, stoned out of your mind, funnier.
Because that's how I
Nah,
saw
I
it. I
think
saw it like 6 beers deep at the Row House, and I was like afraid I was gonna piss my pants. Because I won't get up during movies anyway, and I was just like, I was dying.
Yeah.
Like Rodney Dangerfield in this movie is like,
It's very funny. Chevy Chase
Oh
in this
my
movie is fucking
Chevy-
iconic.
yeah,
right.
But-
okay.
his humor is like so subtle.
Yeah.
You know, it's brilliant.
All-time classic. Probably doesn't even belong in the conversation.
Coming to America, easy.
What? I was gonna
Easy.
say the exact opposite. I'd say Ghostbusters easy.
No,
What?
no. You think Ghostbusters is that okay? So we're talking about. Okay, so you guys might like Ghostbusters more, but I refuse to believe you could tell me Ghostbusters is a funnier movie.
I definitely laughed out loud at least once during Ghostbusters.
And not at all during Coming to America.
No.
I think it's tough because anything Rick Moranis does is funny.
Well, I mean, it's not even just Rick Moranis, right? It's Dan Aykroyd, it's Harold Ramis. Like,
Right.
everybody is funny. And it's a great, goofy-ass, weird, amazingly significant cultural plot. Like, I mean, they're probably pretty close in terms of, like, reputation and, like, icon status. But Ghostbusters, I think, has a little more going for it than Coming to America.
I would say that Coming to America wins in the quotes.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I think Ghostbusters, more of a pop culture thing, easy,
Yeah.
but just from personal preference, I would
Okay.
rather watch Coming to America.
And then I'm going to skip through a couple of these here because
None
Another,
of us have seen Harlem Nights.
not Harlem Nights. Also, just to mention it, Strange Brew, one of my all-time favorites. I'm sure nobody's seen it. I'm
Another
gonna
movie
do-
that is having a sequel come out this year, by the way, Ghostbusters Afterlife.
Shut up, Paul Rudd.
Shout out Paul Rudd.
We watched this movie, one of the first movies we watched, Tootsie.
Oh, God, Tootsie, for sure.
Tootsie was awesome.
I've never seen it.
But the reason I
Tootsie's
picked Tootsie is because Tootsie and Coming to America are both comedies, but they have they attempt to have a deeper subject matter to them and a romantic plot line, yada yada yada. That's why I picked this movie to go toe to toe with it. Both also 80s movies.
What's Tootsie about? Is that somebody in drag?
It is.
It's Dustin
Okay.
Hoffman.
in drag.
So he
Okay.
plays a struggling actor named Michael Dorsey, and he can't get any work because no one wants to work with him. So he dresses in drag and becomes this old lady named Dorothy Michaels, and then everybody wants to work with him, and everyone loves him, and he becomes like he has like a very successful career, and he falls in love with Jessica Lange, who's she's not an actress, I don't think, in that movie. I can't remember.
Yes, she is.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. She's on the soap opera.
Yeah.
But anyway, so yeah, it's Dustin Hoffman in drag for 2 hours as an old lady named Dorothy Michaels, and he's amazing. Like he's insanely good in it. It's awesome. It's funny, but it's got a good amount of heart too. Cause it's like you said with Coming to America, like the message here is like, you know, how you approach women and how you treat women and things like that. And he sort of, by portraying a woman in his daily life, learns lessons about the way he treated women and stuff like that. So it's definitely got some good messages to it, but it's a very fun movie, and it's very of the times movie. Yeah.
Cool.
The last two movies.
Apparently they made Tootsie into a Broadway musical recently, which didn't do so well.
Thanks, Steph. It wasn't meant to be condescending. If that sounded condescending.
No, we're talking about the way we treat women, but
Right.
shut up, Steph.
Shut up, Steph.
Oh boy.
Feathershell called you a mean name earlier, Zach. But the last two movies I watched with this girl I was dating in college. The first time she spent the night in my apartment, she became my wife. The first one, Friday.
That one's really tough because Friday on its own is so iconic, I guess you could say.
The most iconic.
But it's almost a different era, right?
90s versus 80s for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, and this is
Definitely.
Cube and Chris Tucker versus Eddie Murphy.
Right, in Arsenio Hall. But also have a lot of similarities in that sense, where it's two big black actors playing comedy roles, talking a lot about black culture, poverty, that kind of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of similarities.
Better than or worse than is the question, though.
I think Friday is better than. I think Friday is the best movie on this list.
Friday's probably funnier, I would say.
It's really
I don't know if the
entertaining.
writing is better, but for like.
the fuck out.
Yeah, I don't know if the writing's better, but I think funnier. I'd probably say better than Friday. Not by much, very slim margin.
Coming to America is better than Friday.
No, Friday better
Okay.
than Coming to America.
Zach.
I give it to Friday.
Okay.
It's just like more of the time in
Yeah.
which like we grew up. I think
Yeah.
because like I think like a lot of like people our age like are more nostalgic for like 90s culture than we are 80s culture because
Sure.
it never existed.
Right.
So
And the final one, Down to Earth, Chris Rock. I'm guaranteeing like all of you have not seen this movie except for me and I think Justin. Have you seen it?
I have not.
This is
Oh,
this is it.
this is so good.
This is the best.
Yeah, it's hilarious. I think I still own it on VHS. Chris Rock plays a comedian
Right.
at like the Apollo in Harlem.
Yep.
And he gets killed and comes back as a really rich white guy.
Named Charles Wellington.
Yeah. So he goes from a poor black comedian to a very, very rich white guy that everyone else sees as like this white guy, even though he's still Chris Rock. Like it's weird how they do it. Like we see him as Chris Rock, but everyone else sees him as a white guy. And it's like a commentary on that, obviously. But he falls in love with who plays his love interest? Oh, she's in a ton of stuff. I just think it might be Regina King, actually,
That sounds right.
who just directed One Night in Miami.
Also, Wanda Sykes is in it.
Oh, Wanda Sykes is the maid. Yeah, she's hilarious. So yeah, it's
Yep,
super
Regina
funny.
King.
Yeah.
And Whitney Daniels is played by Frankie Faison. I wonder if that's Donald Faison's dad.
Maybe, but the same guy in Coming to America.
But he's the landlord in Coming to America.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is.
But it's super funny. I mean, it's Chris Rock in the '90s doing his thing in a insanely goofy plot. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. Down to Earth. Down to Earth is better than Coming to America, for sure.
I'm just looking now to see if Donald Faison is related. I don't think they are.
Something I'll bring up while we're doing this is I think I'm surprised just because Josh surprised us with these movies here, but I'm surprised that no Wayne's Brothers movies made it onto the list.
They're 90s.
I mean Friday's 90s.
Yeah,
But when I saw Friday, it made me
White
think
Chick was close. White Chicks was very close.
I have to give an honorable mention
Okay.
to what might be. I think it's in my top 5 comedies ever.
Thank you, Denny.
Shout out Denny.
Shout out Denny.
Don't be a menace in South Central while drinking juice in the hood.
What?
It's
Is that a movie?
yeah. It's like it's a Wayne's brother Scary Movie is like a parody.
Right.
It's a Wayne's Brothers parody of like black cinema in the 90s.
Oh wow.
So it's like a play on Don't Be a Menace, don't play on
Boys in the Hood.
Boys in the Hood, you know.
Cool.
It's a fucking hilarious movie. And it's a lot of the same people that will literally be in like Scary Movie and shit like that, but
cool.
shortlisted.
Okay.
Shortlisted.
All right.
I don't know how I feel about this next category, given I already know
You're not
one of
gonna
them that's
like
in
it.
here.
You're not gonna like it.
Well, just Zach, you better justify this.
They're in no particular order. Put
Okay.
it that way.
But so that's your little tease. We're going to go over the top 5 Eddie Murphy characters, but we're going to do so right after these commercial messages, largely because I have to pee. I'm just going to be honest. We'll be right back.
In space, no one can hear you sus.
Fee, fi, fo,
A man threatens the safety of a group of small space people. Can they come together?
Jimmy, give me a reason, damn it! Give me a reason not to kill you! Hey! Sorry, my dog.
Did she just hit Austin? Did she just hit Austin? Go ahead, Bueno. Say one fucking thing. I dare you. I fucking dare you.
Scott's Tots was trying to kill me.
Yeah, okay, did you see the dead body of the guy you murdered?
No, it wasn't me.
Set aside their differences.
What's up, bitch?
Am I supposed to
That's not cool.
literally argue your sense of blindness?
I'm just trying to be a good crewmate, but I'd like to kill some people soon.
There's no smile. I'm genuinely angry.
Accomplish seemingly remedial tasks.
Do a task, huh?
Yeah, come on.
Do a task.
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
okay. That.
It was not an event, it was a task.
Oh.
Firing is the fucking liar's tale. The liar.
I know, right? If the plane is about to go down because the reactor's broke, we don't need to put gas in the gas tank. What are you doing? Oh my God! We got navigation.
Yeah.
If the plane's gonna go down, I know,
will
buddy,
say-
but we just don't need gas anymore at that moment. The ship doesn't need to go. We need to fix it.
And find the imposter.
Holy shit,
This is
she's
dog
fast as
shit.
motherfuck! Fucking fuck!
Find out every Monday at 8 on Thoughts from the Bench.
All right, welcome back to Thoughts from the Movies. Now, we are going to go over... Zach has assembled an epic list of characters portrayed by this man, Eddie Murphy. And epic, I think, is probably a very... I don't even know what kind of word to use.
Okay, we'll see.
Just
we'll
start with
see.
the one that we know, just to get it out of the way.
Okay.
I said fucking Norbit, okay, because I thought it was Big Mama's house. I was thinking of Big Mama's house. I haven't seen Norbit. I only know the trailer. She gets stuck in a fucking water slide.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Now I can forgive it a little bit then, if you thought it was Big Mama.
Yeah, it was somebody playing like a fat
There you
lady
go.
in
He
drag.
thought it was Martin Lawrence. Boom. We
Yep.
all confused
No,
black people
Yep.
tonight.
I
We're
got
all terrible.
no. I got the character confused. There's a fucking difference. There's
Okay.
a difference.
All right.
Eh.
So that's iconic.
Yeah.
Underrated movie, cult movie that not a lot of people know about, The Golden Child. Eddie Murphy plays Chandler Jarrell. I'm probably saying all that wrong. But this movie fucking slaps. It is an awesome fucking movie.
It's so good.
Right.
It's like kind of a comedy, but not really.
It's
like a sci-fi.
a dark comedy.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's really good.
But and this is so these are your top 5 characters. One's
Yes.
Norbit, and then why is this guy so good? He's just a funny guy.
No, just like it's a great character and like a great movie. It's like a
Eddie Murphy essentially being Kurt Russell in a movie. If I was gonna explain it,
Like
You know-
badass.
yeah, just a badass.
He has to like save this like Tibetan child with like
Special
telepathy
powers.
like abilities and shit.
Yeah.
And it's a serious movie.
It's
It's-
got comedic
yeah.
moments, but it's kind of
it's
like a suspenseful movie.
yeah, sci-fi action
Yeah.
thriller kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, never heard of it.
There's like the evil demon dragon at the end. Like
Yeah.
the kid makes like probably I think what might be like the most famous scene is that this kid is being held in a cage and the guard gives him like a can of Pepsi and he like with his mind turns the can into like a little like Pepsi can that like dances. You know? It's
That's
Mhm.
cute.
yeah.
It's great. It's a great movie. Slept
wait,
on.
Wait till we're fucking
slept
done
on
with
movie.
the segment and then I'm gonna fucking hammer you guys.
Okay. Now these next three you've definitely heard of. Obviously, Prince Akeem. Iconic.
Iconic.
Mm-hmm.
One
Yeah.
of his best characters ever. Here he is, pumped to be mopping the floor at
Yeah.
McDowell's.
Different than what I expected for like Eddie Murphy. I was thinking more like raw
There's
Eddie Murphy.
the laugh doesn't happen in this movie.
Yeah, no,
the
no.
Eddie Murphy
he's
laugh
like a
never happens.
he's like a good-natured, positive guy. Like
Yeah.
I was just expecting a little bit more hardcore movie, I think, or more hardcore character.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's fun.
I think that's what makes it like interesting though. Cause like you expect like Eddie Murphy raw, but then like it's funny in a way that he's just like a dork. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
He's like a gentle guy trying to find
Yeah.
a nice lady friend. Yeah.
I've warned you now. I must trash you. Professor Clump, the Nutty Professor.
I mean,
No, I mean, then what are you
The
looking at me for?
condescending look you
There's
just
no-
shot him was intense.
There's no
Gotta
question.
clip that.
No question on
Oh
my
my
part.
god, that this is an iconic role.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the clumps.
maybe the most iconic, because this is another movie that you probably are like, the Nutty Professor's good, and then you watch it and you're like, I can't breathe. I'm
Is
going
that
to
funny?
die.
Yeah.
You
I have
know-
not watched it as an adult,
Oh
so
my
I
God.
yeah. I'll,
The
It's
din-
been long enough. I should go back and
the
check it out.
dinner scenes as an adult, where
oh,
like grandma's raunchy, like the dad's farting, like
yeah.
oh my
I'm
god.
sure this one still holds
It is
up.
the thing he is most known for on IMDb.
I mean, even that poster is just making me smile. Like,
Yeah,
it's just so
like-
funny. Like, just seeing him as Sherman Clump
what's
is making me
what's
smile.
you used to do this all the time, Justin. Hercules.
Oh yeah.
Hercules.
Hercules.
Just
all right.
such a great scene.
I mean, when he's the other character, where he's like the bad guy because he like drinks the juice.
Yeah.
Like the way that character, I can't remember that character's
I
name,
don't remember.
but the way he roasts Dave Chappelle when Dave Chappelle's the comedian
I
on
don't
stage.
even remember Dave Chappelle being in this movie.
Dave Chappelle is like this comic that like is at this club that makes fun of like Sherman Clump the first time he goes. So he goes back and he just like fucking roasts Dave Chappelle as like the fit Eddie Murphy character,
Oh, man.
and like it's just so fucking good.
I could watch The Nutty Professor over and over again, and I will not get old.
It's fantastic. It's a masterpiece.
Okay. This to me, and I say this because it's tough because there's so many amazing Eddie Murphy characters, but this is the one.
The most iconic.
It has to be.
It's funny because it's not even him. It's Donkey.
Right, it's
like it's his
Donkey.
voice only.
But it is.
But it
is.
It is
It's-
Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Nobody else could have played Shrek and Donkey than Mike Myers and Eddie Murphy.
Can we just take a second to appreciate Shrek? Like I feel like just
I will
it's
watch
so
Shrek. I will throw out the movie that I have ready to go in the chamber and watch Shrek every day until Thoughts from the Movies comes back onto the air.
They just picked literally every voice in that movie perfect.
John Lithgow.
I mean the freaking gumdrop guy, the little gingerbread man. Like every single person is just
gumdrop buttons.
yeah.
You
Like,
monster!
I mean, it's like even the wolf. Like it's every character, Prince Charming in the second one. Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
They're all so perfect. I feel like Shrek might be just so underrated.
It
in
is
life. I wish
underrated.
people remembered it more.
I think the millennials do because it hit,
Yeah.
like, whether you are an old millennial or a young millennial, whatever part of that, it hit you square in the fucking face. Because it was like, oh, it's a new Mike Myers, Eddie Murphy movie, I gotta go see it. Or you're like, oh, animated movie with the funny Nutty Professor guy, I gotta go see it. It just,
Yeah, but the thing that
Collapse.
they did, it's like when, something like SpongeBob or whatever kind of crosses over between young people and old people. Like, there are
Yeah.
very adult jokes in the
Oh
movie
my
that you have to,
God.
like, be paying attention to get. But there's plenty of stuff for kids, too. So it's just, like, perfect for all audiences.
The whole there's so many lines from that movie too that my brother and I will quote to each other that you would not realize are from Shrek, but they're from Shrek to us. Like it's the same example as the I'm Mrs. Nesbit thing from Toy Story. Like nobody would if I said that to 90% of them, they'd be like, oh, what the fuck are you saying? But like anytime like something's happening, like my mom or my brother will go, give him the chair. Old lady in Shrek, and like just so many fucking iconic like you like that is a nice boulder. I like that boulder. That is a nice. Who doesn't like parfait? Everybody loves parfait. You know
So
what I
good.
mean? It's just
Yep.
so many quotes.
Yeah. Shout out to Shrek. Respect to Shrek.
Oh yeah.
Shrek is life. Literally, Denny. Shrek did it. 420.
So here's my thing.
Okay.
You may want to come at my list. Saying my list isn't where it needs to be. Name any other. Take
So,
this down. Name
oh.
any other coming to or Eddie Murphy role that you can name the character.
Oh, name the character.
Yeah. I mean, you can't be an iconic character if you don't know the character's name, right?
I think Axel from Beverly Hills Cop is pretty iconic. Although I can't say because I haven't seen the franchise. Axel Foley.
Okay.
But I know the name, but I don't know the character very
Okay.
well. And then Jaytronics put his top 3 or something.
Oh,
and
did he? I
He
missed it.
mentioned Mushu from Milan. I would argue for that to be up there.
Yes.
But I wouldn't put Mushu and Donkey in the top 5 because it's just Eddie Murphy's voice. I would put Donkey in it, and I don't think that I would put Mushu just for the fact that Donkey was already in it.
Who's Dolomite?
So, Dolomite was a blaxploitation character,
Okay.
in the 70s.
Oh, okay.
So they did
A real person.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
okay.
they did a Netflix movie called I Am, where Eddie Murphy plays Dolomite.
Dolomite is my name. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Timmy put mine in. Dr. Doolittle.
Yeah, Doolittle's. I'd say that's.
I mean, the hamster, Dr.
I'd have to watch it to
Doolittle-
see how it holds up now, though, because at the time it was cool, but I don't know if it
from
holds
where,
well.
From memory,
Mm-hmm.
I prefer Dr. Doolittle over the Clumps or the Nutty Professor. Now, I don't
wouldn't
know
either.
as an adult how I would feel about that,
Right.
but big animal guy. There's lots of animals in that movie, and they
It's true.
talk.
It's been so long since I saw Doolittle.
Like literally, when I saw that Robert Downey Jr. was gonna be Dr. Doolittle, I was like, he can't be Eddie Murphy.
No.
That was not realizing they were doing the Brothers Grimm version of it, but I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, not a lot of people saw that one. It was
Right.
a big bomb, and it didn't look that great. Doolittle's another one. It's like Flubber. If I went back and watched it now, I have no idea what I'd think about it. I loved it at the time when I was 7. I don't know if it'd be any good now. But
We should. This would also be fun with Robin Williams
yeah,
or Mike Myers, the top 5 iconic characters. So
Yeah.
I think it's a great segment. I think he had shit picks.
Who, me?
Ouch.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Man.
Name better.
Dr. Doolittle would have been one of mine for sure, and I think Axel from Beverly Hills Cop.
Axel Foley. Yeah.
I don't know Axel's name though.
So,
That's why I didn't.
but you would agree with 3 out of my 5?
The last 3, absolutely.
Oh, well then get the
Yeah.
fuck out of here. You bitch about
3
my
out of
list.
5
but
isn't
you're-
shit
the
picks.
majority
You're
of
right,
my list.
You're right. You're right. You're
I
right.
will say I
Somebody-
did think about Daddy Daycare.
Yeah, someone shouted out that in the chat.
Daddy
Ah.
Daycare is a great fucking movie, a hilarious movie, but the character just wasn't enough to put it in the god tier.
Also, Haunted Mansion.
Right? Yeah.
He's just pretty much Eddie Murphy in Haunted Mansion,
I
but
never saw it.
Haunted Mansion was a really big movie for Disney at the time.
yeah. It was a good one.
Denny says Axel Foley.
Daddy Daycare and Are We There Yet are ones that always get mixed up. I'm like, is it Cube in it or is it Eddie Murphy in it?
Shrek love it. Okay, cool. I think we're caught up on the chat. All right. Moving
Yeah.
right along.
I like some of those picks.
All right, Justin. We're back.
Oh, right. Yeah, we're going to do the movie
quote
quote thing.
trivia.
Yeah, so what we did last week, because we did Hitch, and we brought a bunch of movie quotes that had to do with dating advice or love advice, and we put them out. I read them and saw, if you guys could guess what they were versus the chat. And I think, who was the final winner
The
last
chat
week?
killed us last week.
That was close.
yeah.
I think the chat
the
won
chat
by
got
1.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Zach and I got 4.
Okay. Yeah, so it was a close one at least. So, and this week I have
Jtronics was in the chat last
Yeah.
week too,
They,
so
they were not.
we might be severely handicapped this
no,
week.
I'm winning this week.
All right.
All right, well, yeah, so I have, I don't know, 9 or 10 of these, and I'm going to rattle them off. We'll put 10 seconds, I guess. Chat, don't Google it. Don't cheat if
What's
you're out
the
there.
category?
So it's a mix of, like, Eddie Murphy movies or similar movies to Coming to America. So it's kind of like that genre, I guess you could say, for all of these. So some of these are movies that we've already talked about in the show, if you guys have been paying attention. So let's see if anyone was.
Coming.
Okay. The first one. I don't want no popo at my dodo. And I'm doing these all in accent the best I can.
I don't know what that is.
Maybe that's not for the best.
10, 9. This is for the chat to respond.
I don't want no
8,
popo at my dodo.
7, 6,
Training day.
5, 4, 3, 2.
That's Medea, man. That's Medea.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I didn't know that. All right.
Oh, have you seen the Medea movies?
No, I don't think so.
Have you seen the Medea movies?
No.
Oh, okay. Well then.
Honestly, might have been able to guess, but I went for training day.
There you go.
Yeah. That the voice probably. I don't know if it helped or not, but I'm
just-
definitely doing these all in some kind
Yeah.
of accent.
Yeah. All right.
I'm excited.
So that was nobody got that one. Next.
Okay. You want some Kool-Aid? Man, you know damn well I want some Kool-Aid.
That's Friday, right?
That is Friday.
Okay. All right. All
Nice.
right. All right. Good.
I hope none of these accents can give it away. They're all
It's
generic.
not my favorite Friday.
You all right? Zach got
Zach,
that
are you
one.
okay?
He's about to do the same accent for 9 questions, and he said, "I hope none of these accents give it away."
Yeah, you know. Some of these I know and some I don't.
I just
Yeah.
wasn't ready for
Yeah.
you to come in with the accent on the Kool-Aid quote.
I just think. I mean, I know the character is his dad, right? Is Ice Cube's dad?
I thought it was Chris Tucker.
Is it
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Tucker? Okay.
That was a good Chris Tucker. I'm not.
There
gonna
we go.
lie.
Okay.
Boom.
All right.
Okay.
That was Justin's Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
There you go. All right.
Well, a couple of these here we'll do a couple easy ones.
That's
for
not your
everybody.
Chris Tucker that I'm used to.
That wasn't my Chris Tucker. No,
Yeah.
that was my try to be.
No, his Chris Tucker. He
that was
just-
trying to be in the
he's
script.
just screaming.
Yeah.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I damn near almost put that one on this list. That was one of the best I
would've
thought
known
of.
it.
But
I
I'm like,
would've known
I don't
it.
know if that fits, but
I
I
never
damn
touched
sure
a
almost
Black
put that
man's
on.
radio. Oh, fucking.
All right, here's
Michael
let me.
Scott.
I'll throw out 1 or 2 easy ones to see if
All
we
right,
can
All right.
get some competition. Okay, ready? And you have to wait till I'm done to put it in the chat or put it.
Okay.
Say it.
All right.
Okay. We can stay up late swapping manly stories, and in the morning, I'm making waffles.
Shrek.
Shrek.
Had it.
I wasn't letting
Suck
nobody.
it, chat.
I really thought someone was gonna bust that out real quick in the chat, but yeah, that was Shrek.
Are
Obviously,
we competing
Donkey.
against each other?
I thought so.
I thought we were on a team against the chat.
No.
Oh.
Me versus everybody.
Well, shit. I was letting you answer.
Oh, okay. We can be on a team then.
All
Us-
right.
Well, no,
us
I think
versus
because last
chat.
week it was so skewed that
It
the chat
was.
was killing
Yeah,
both
yeah,
of you
yeah,
that you
we
teamed
had to
up.
add our points.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Ready?
I feel like I lost a point there.
It's all good.
Yeah.
This is the cleanest and nicest police car I have ever been in my life. This thing's
Beverly
nicer than
Hills
my
Cop.
apartment. You gotta wait till I finish the
sorry, I'm
question.
sorry,
You
I'm
gotta
sorry.
wait till I finish the question.
Do I lose a point?
Yeah, deduct a point.
Oh.
Yeah, we're not on a team anymore.
This is the cleanest and nicest police car I've ever seen in my life. This thing's nicer than my apartment. Beverly Hills Cop.
I got a point back.
Sure. Yeah. Sure. We'll give you a point. Okay. I don't know if you guys know this one, because I don't know if you've seen this one, but this is a classic. Ready? Feel the rhythm. Feel the rhyme. Get on up. It's bobsled time.
Cool Runnings.
Nice. Solid.
I only know it
Did
'cause
you
you
know
said
that?
bobsled.
I only know it because you love Cool Runnings.
Who doesn't love Cool Runnings?
You like talk about Cool Runnings a lot.
Have you seen Cool Runnings?
No, but
Oh.
you love Cool Runnings.
I've not seen it either.
But you just guessed it because I said bobsled?
Yeah. How many
Oh.
fucking bobsled movies are there?
Man, Cool Runnings. I can't believe you guys never saw it on Disney. It's amazing.
We'll give the chat a point here.
Nice. I'm feeling very Olympic today.
This isn't fucking UNICEF, but okay.
All right.
Okay, next one.
Yeah.
And this one, I don't know if you guys have seen. Ready? Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
That's Samuel for sure.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make
some
change.
That's like very.
6, 5, 4, 3.
I don't know.
Jackie Brown.
And you're kind of close. You're in the vicinity. That's New Jack City.
Okay.
Wesley Snipes in that one with Chris Rock playing Pookie.
What's Sanka? You're dead to me.
Sanka, you dead yet? Yeah, man.
Oh, okay. It's Cool Runnings.
That's after they crash at the end.
All right.
It's great. Shout out to
Denny
for the Cool Runnings quotes. Killer reference. New Jack City. Yes, hilarious.
Okay.
Whoopi Goldberg? Or that's Jumpin' Jack Flash?
Jumpin' Jack Flash, yeah.
That was similar titles, not confusing people.
Timmy played football with Wesley Snipes' nephew. Was
Shout
he any
out
good?
Timmy.
I don't know. Timmy was
Timmy
really
or the-
good, like high school football player, and then went and played D1 college. So.
He said not at all.
Oh.
Oh, there you go.
He's as good as football as his uncle is at paying his taxes.
Wah, wah.
Jesus Christ, we're never
All right.
canceled.
Next one.
I didn't pay my taxes either.
Oh, that's true.
What am I going to do here? I'm going to go crazy. There's nothing but a bunch of white women dressed as nuns.
Sister Act.
Yes, Sister Act. Good
Damn.
call.
Shout out.
Have you seen it, or did you just think
no,
of
I've
nuns?
seen Sister Act 1
Sister
and
Act
2.
2.
Let's go.
Sister Act 1 and 2. Have you seen Whoopi
Oh,
Goldberg?
One of my mom's favorite movies
Hilarious.
of all
Oh, I
time.
mean, the first one is amazing. The
Yeah.
second one, I don't remember what the second one's about. But
Same shit.
She goes back.
Yeah.
She goes back to the nunnery.
back in the habit.
Yes.
Okay. Here's an easy one. We'll see who can get it quicker.
'Kay.
And these I did this before the show, so
Yeah.
even though it was already quoted. Ooh, look at my little baby. He is such a little Hercules. Show me that muscle again. Ooh, Hercules, Hercules.
Nutty Professor.
He gave that one to you.
That's nice of you.
You gave me one earlier.
Yeah.
What's the score? What are we updating here?
3 to 2-1. Zach has 3. I have 2 because I lost a point for breaking the rules. And then the chat has 1.
Denny couldn't type it
All right,
fast
we'll
enough.
give Denny 1. There
You're
you
gonna
go.
give him the benefit of the
Yeah.
doubt. Okay. I only have one left, I think, and this is actually like,
A good one.
you know, it's like when you do trivia and you either know it or you don't.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So, all right, here we go. Warata mademi sarate.
Wow.
Could you try without the accent, sir?
It's not gonna help.
Okay.
Okay.
Warata mademi sadate.
Sounds like Jar Jar Binks. Can you say it as Jar Jar Binks now?
Misago sadate. Oh, there it is in the chat.
Pootie
Tang.
Damn. We
You
talked
know,
about
you know Pootie Tang. We talked about
Damn.
Pootie Tang 5 minutes
Do you
ago.
have a
Did.
Do you have a tiebreaker for the chat and Zach?
I don't.
Okay, I
Uh,
got one. I got
okay.
one. I got one. All right.
Yeah.
Okay, me versus the chat.
You
Wait a
versus
sec.
The
Have
chat.
you seen Pootie Tang, or were you just asking me about it? Because Louis C.K. directed and wrote Pootie Tang, so we were just talking about that.
okay.
No, I've
Yeah.
never fucking seen
But
Pootie
Pootie Tang talks like gibberish in the movie. He beats
that
people
makes
with his
sense.
belt,
Right,
and he
right,
talks
right,
gibberish.
Right, okay.
So, but
Um,
it's amazing. It's great. Sadate.
Okay, ready?
This is for chat versus.
This is for
Zach.
the chat. This movie was already mentioned on the show.
Okay.
Okay? Here we go. Shut up before I crush you with my wallet.
I know that one.
I don't know it.
Shut up before I crush you with my wallet.
You gotta do it in an accent. That's
Okay.
not fun.
Shut up before I crush you with my wallet.
Nice.
So it's Chris Rock.
It is Chris Rock.
Is it a movie that you guys talked about that I haven't seen? Is it
You
down-
better
is
you better
down
get it
to
before the
earth?
chat. It is Down to Earth.
Down to
There we
Earth.
go.
Zach's the winner.
Rush Hour.
Oh,
Timmy J. No.
that's a solid guess though.
That's
Good
Chris
guess.
Yeah.
Tucker.
That's Chris Tucker.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's the boardroom scene where he's walking around. Shut up before I crush you with my wallet.
That's what you can say when you're a rich white guy. Yeah.
Actually, he says it first in the club when he's trying out his stand-up act. He's getting jeered by the guy,
Right.
and he goes, "Man, shut up before I crush you with my wallet."
He's in the Apollo doing comedy to an entirely black cloud as like an old rich white guy.
Yeah.
So, dude, you gotta watch Down to Earth. It's funny.
Incredible.
But
You
all
know-
right.
You know what just something I want to say real quick that Josh, you were like, I'm going to come up with a tiebreaker for you in the chat.
Yeah.
And then you picked a quote from a movie that I had just told you I've never seen. So I just want to say I see what's up.
That is fair.
I see what's up.
Bias.
You know
bias.
what? It was just like off the top of my head. I was like, all right, I need a quote of that genre, and then that was the first thing that came into my
No,
head.
it's cool. I'm glad you guys never added my name to the opening sequence.
That's true.
'cause,
That's still the wrong
I won't
opening
be back.
sequence.
I won't be back after this.
There you go.
All right, the chat takes week 1, but Zach storms back with week 2. Nice.
All right. We're going to wrap it up with the segment that we use to close the show every single week, Overrated, Underrated, where we take the actors from the movies and we say whether they're overrated or underrated. Let's start with, I need to flip back to my notes here.
Oh, what's her name?
Cherie Headley is her name, starring as Lisa McDowell in Old What's Her Name? Why is that so funny?
I just feel like that's a very deserving name.
Oh,
Like,
What's Her Name?
I mean, has she done anything else?
Coming to America 2.
Way to hold out for that sequel money.
You know, you just really gotta keep it up.
30 years later.
Yeah.
She got it before we got our $2,000 stimulus check. though,
That
so fuck
is
it.
true. Where's she at? Cherie.
She's probably
She's
at
so far
the,
down.
She's
the
probably
list.
at the top.
There she is.
She's that far down.
Yeah.
She's at the bottom.
Not a whole lot.
Well, that's what she's most known for, and it's
Goosebumps
even fucking
2.
come out yet.
Goosebumps 2. Nice. Okay.
I don't know how you can say overrated because her acting was terrible.
Oh.
I don't want to say she's
fine.
terrible. I just say she's a fucking nobody.
She was terrible.
It was fine. It was
bad.
what it needed to be.
It was really
It was what I
bad.
expected it to be. She's, I'll say, equally rated as someone whose name you don't know.
All right. Whatever. All right. How
sorry,
about
sorry, Lisa. Or
John
Sherry. What's her name?
Amos?
Sherry. Sorry, Sherry.
Shout out John Amos.
He was fucking awesome.
John Amos was pretty. Yeah, he was pretty hilarious.
He was really
I
funny.
feel like I've seen him in stuff, but I don't know what.
I think
He's in Uncut Gems.
Is he?
He's the guy in the apartment complex hallway that he tries to use his bathroom first for his son.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Wow.
makes me feel terrible. That's what he's down
So
to
he's in
now?
Die Hard too.
I think it's probably like an homage. Though.
Lock Up, Good Times,
I couldn't. Yeah.
Uncut Gems. Yep. Neighbor 33F.
Oh.
He's in The Ranch, I guess.
The Ranch, the TV show. Oh, for a
Yeah.
couple
My
episodes.
God. Wait, click
And-
on Judge Amos. Is he like a courtroom? Is it like a Judge Joe Brown type deal?
We may never know.
Yeah, it looks
Oh,
like it never aired.
fuck.
Or
Bummer.
yeah, 0 episodes.
Oh,
Bum, bum, ba-da, bow.
really padding the stats here.
There's
Right.
there's Medea, Witness Protection.
There you go.
Yeah,
Untitled Martin Lawrence Project.
a lot of TV bits. Yeah, here and there.
30 Rock
My
as
name is
himself.
Yeah, 2.5 Men for a little
Yeah.
bit. Dr. Dolittle 3, straight to
think-
video.
I think he probably just shows up and plays that exact character.
We'll go back like to the 80s, see if he's in anything there, because he was an older guy in that movie, so you
Goes
know
back to the 70s.
he would have
All right.
been.
Damn.
Cosby Show as a salesman.
Sanford and Son.
Episode of Sanford and Son. Maud, Good Times. Oh, he's in all the Good Times. James Evans Sr.
Okay.
61 eps. Yeah, Mary Tyler Moore.
God
Roots.
Damn.
Yeah, okay, respect.
He was in an episode of King of the Hill I saw when you were scrolling.
There you go.
So, yeah, John Amos, I'm going to say a little underrated. I thought he
I
was
would
real good in
say-
this movie.
I would
I
say
enjoyed him.
I
very
agree.
funny.
Very
Murder,
funny.
She Wrote.
He's making a career. Don't hate. Yeah, absolutely, Jason. Absolutely.
Bills are bills.
Shout out to McDowell's.
Cool. The man, the myth, the legend, James Earl Jones.
Maybe overrated.
What? Squeeze me?
No, I'm just saying. I don't think he's overrated, but like Lion King, Darth Vader, Coming to America, and The Sandlot. That's like all I can think of.
Is
Maybe
that not
there's-
enough?
Right?
No.
Man, what a
No.
lineup.
4 home runs isn't
What a
enough.
crew.
No, but I'm just saying. I'm sure there are other people that are in more successful like movies. Probably not franchises because like Star Wars is like the pinnacle of like a successful franchise. But
The Hunt for Red October.
see, I would have never.
All right, now I'm just scrolling because.
We'll
I mean-
start with like Star Wars and then go forward
All right.
because these are all lately he's not really gonna be doing too much. But
Okay. As the World Turns is really successful daytime drama.
yeah, Star Wars is
Doing a lot of
77. So
TV.
yeah, there we have the Star Wars stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Boom.
I don't recognize any of this.
Yeah,
so
and
far.
that's all I'm saying. Like.
Keep going. We're in the 80s now. Nothing big that I'm recognizing. In there.
Yeah, this is not looking good for the man.
Stand by my statement.
Field of Dreams. There we go. There's another
Field
one.
of Dreams, but he's really like
He's a voice guy.
he's just a
not an
voice
actor.
guy. Yeah.
He's a voice
Okay.
guy. You
Into
like
the
his
into the
voice.
90s here. Keep going. Yeah, Scorchers. Sneakers,
there's-
Patriot games. There's
I
some
mean,
good stuff thrown in here.
But he's not like a lead in any of this
No.
stuff. Like his biggest role on screen is this and Sandlot.
Yeah, like he's yes.
Zach, I'm gonna give you credit. I
Let's
think I
fucking
think you're
go.
onto something there.
Let's
You're
go.
gonna call James Earl Jones overrated?
I am prepared. Now looking at the evidence, Your Honor, John Amos, to say that he is overrated. Oh, that's right. He's the narrator in Third Rock from the Sun.
Yeah, Third Rock.
But yeah, I think Zach's onto something. As an actor, like on screen, I don't know, man. He just doesn't.
Yeah, but we're not dividing this
do a
between like
whole lot.
voiceover work and live action work. This is on the whole. There's no subcategories of
And
overrated,
I'm
underrated.
saying he's overrated because he's been.
So you're saying he's got 5 really fucking iconic movies?
Is he a Nazi in a movie?
I don't know.
No.
Where is that from?
He's in the Next Generation.
Roots, the next generation.
Yeah, Roots.
Oh wow.
Yeah, definitely fairly rated for James Earl Jones. He deserves every bit of praise heaped on him. Every bit.
Every bit. All right.
If only for those 5 movies.
EGOTs forever. Only 14 EGOTs.
You know what an EGOT is?
No. I don't know what the acronym stands for.
Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony.
Okay.
Winner. I
Well.
don't. Did he win an Oscar? James Earl Jones?
For fucking
Probably
what?
for Vader, right?
No, you wouldn't win for just your voice work. He was nominated for an Oscar, but he didn't win. EGOTs have to win Oscars. Oh, he won the
Ooh.
honorary award. Okay, well, that's fair.
And honorary awards, not really.
Yeah, that's a weird one. Like, if someone gave you an honorary Oscar, would you? I guess you would take it, but you'd also kind of be like, "Damn, I actually wanted to win it." And not
Right.
just get this like consolation prize.
I think the only lifetime achievement award I would take.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's what I would take that. Like if I never won, like let's say Leo didn't win one and then they gave him the lifetime achievement award, I'd be like, "All right, cool."
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it would. It would probably only mean something from like the Academy,
Right.
like does the Kennedy Space Center honors really fucking mean anything?
No.
Seems to. It's a big friggin' deal.
Yeah, but I mean, like, who the fuck?
I don't even know
Who
what
are-
that is.
What is
Yeah.
what is the award you get from that? Is it actually called like a Kennedy Space Center honor?
Is
Like
it the
this-
Kennedy Space Center? Or is it the Kennedy Art Center?
Oh, Kennedy Center honors, maybe like
Yeah.
the Kennedy Center award.
But like, it just seems like this thing that like rich people go to like stroke each other off at and
It's
give each other
definitely
fucking
like
awards.
a high class fucking.
What is this?
That's
It's
what
an
I mean.
Annual honor given to those in the performing arts for their lifetime of contributions to American culture.
It's a participation trophy.
Yeah, I
for
mean, it's
rich
a lifetime
people.
achievement award essentially.
Oh.
So
Garth Brooks got one.
Oh.
So-
Oh, this is not looking great for me.
yeah,
What?
for the performing arts, so it can be actors or musicians or artists or anything like that.
Is that Joan Bez? She deserves one. How do you give someone like that an award for their contribution to like culture at the same time you give one to Garth Brooks? But like neither here nor there.
I
but
don't know. All right.
Yeah, James Earl Jones though is fairly rated.
I'll
Fuck
say
you guys.
I'll meet you on fairly
Okay.
rated.
All right.
Okay.
With a dash of the over.
The next guy. I want to reiterate, have no idea how this guy wasn't bigger. Arsenio Hall.
Yeah, what's the deal with his talk show? Like, how long did that run for? Because
A
I know
while.
Arsenio Hall from his talk show, not from like an acting career. Was he on like In Living Color or SNL or any of those shows? Or
I don't.
like, what did
think
he
so.
do? I don't understand why I know his name so well, but I don't know anything he's been in.
Because the Arsenio Hall show was a taste-making show at the time. So let's see, filmography.
Producer.
Nah, I don't want
Even actor, only 30 credits as an actor though for, such a long 30 credits in what 40 years. So
The Real Ghostbusters. What is that? TV series. Alfred Hitchcock's Presents. He was in one of those. That's cool.
so after Coming to America, he did Harlem Nights.
Yeah.
He was in Ghost, I guess, for
Uncredited.
yeah, and then Arsenio TV show was only
Right.
6 episodes.
No.
No, he played Michael Atwood in that. I'm confused. I thought he had his own TV show.
He did.
He did.
Well, maybe they wouldn't credit him as an actor in it.
Yeah.
They would have him as like a writer
I'll
or
look
something.
it up here.
Oh, just click on writer. Maybe it's on there. Cause I'm just curious how many episodes that they went for. There it is.
Yeah, there you go.
118.
103.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, Arsenio Hall show was 89 to 94. So.
Yep.
But yeah, that's weird. That's what he was known for. But he was really talented in this movie. Underrated faux show.
I agree.
He worked on the soundtrack for the first Purge.
Cool.
Sure.
Why not? Yeah, underrated for sure. Just like he's in drag at one point in this movie.
Yeah.
He's in all kinds of costumes and makeup and prosthetics
and just doing wild shit. The preacher's fucking hilarious. The guy in the barbershop's he's just, and again, him reacting to himself. Like, it's funny watching him react to the scenarios as Semi, because Semi really doesn't speak all that much.
Mhm.
It's all expression based. But then, like, him reacting to him, when it dawns on you that he's reacting to himself, it's just really fucking funny to me. I don't know why.
Yeah.
And finally, the great Eddie Murphy.
Yeah, it'd be tough to say overrated for Eddie Murphy. I'm fairly rated. I mean, but like when I think of Eddie Murphy, and he took that long absence there for a while,
Right.
Recently, and then I think it's easy to forget about a lot of the stuff that he's been in because, like when we were talking about top 5 characters, he's been in such great movies, but it's not always the characters themselves that stand out. But when you're reading his list of credits, you're like, these are all bangers. You know, there's a lot of hits in here.
Yeah.
So I'd say maybe if anything, slightly underrated in 2021.
Forgotten about, maybe.
That's where I was going. I was gonna go underrated because I think due to his like long hiatus, like people forget, and then younger people just don't fucking know.
I think the Zoomers, if you will, don't know who Eddie Murphy is.
Oh, people know who Eddie Murphy is.
But like the TikTok generation do not know who Eddie Murphy is.
I don't know what they know. Like, I don't know who they think is.
Will Smith.
Like, is it like
Will
Kendall
Smith.
Jenner or some shit? Like, I don't.
Probably
know
Kevin
who that
Hart.
is. Oh, okay, well,
Yeah.
Kevin Hart
Juju.
would be like there.
Juju, but Juju's not an actor. But I think because he was the man in the 80s and the 90s. Then in the 2000s, he famously said he wanted to make movies that his kids could watch. And then that's when you start getting the Nutty Professors, the Haunted Mansions, that kind of stuff, Dr. Dolittle. And then he kind of just like, I'm going to hang out with my kids and my family and not be in movies for a while. And now he's back with a vengeance.
Mhm.
Hopefully he doesn't just keep rebooting his old fucking franchises because I don't know how well that's going to go for him. But
Well, he doesn't need the money. So, that's why he did Dolomite, was because, like, that movie was important to him personally to
Okay.
portray this, very iconic figure in black culture and
Okay.
the black arts. Or not the black arts, but, like, in the arts.
Uh-huh.
So that's why he came out of retirement to do that for Netflix. Or not retirement, but.
Wasn't bad though either. Like it was probably one of the better like Netflix original movies like that year.
Cool.
But still not like the same like old Eddie Murphy.
Mm-hmm.
But like, can you ever,
I mean, again, the idea of like half of the movies in the 80s were just because of how cool he is.
Yeah.
It was like not because he's this fantastic actor, but that he's the coolest fucking dude on the planet. Him and Michael Jordan are like.
Yeah, we'll see Coming to America 2 how well that does because, when you do that trend of like picking up a franchise 30 or 40 years later, it's super hit or miss. I'm personally not a big fan of them doing that. Even the ones that turn out okay, like the Rocky franchise or Blade Runner or things like that. I think you should let the classics.
Been pretty good.
You should let the classics be the classics. And I don't like when people try to pick that up after so much time.
You said, Zach, that Coming to America 2 is based in, where are they from?
Zamunda.
Yeah, from the second trailer, it looked very heavy on
Zamunda.
Yeah, like the clips from the initial trailer that were the barber shop and shit, it looks like might just be him going to Queens and picking up his son, and then the majority of the film is him like teaching him like about the royal life in Zamunda. And when I noticed that, I was like, I'm okay.
You're like, pass.
Well, I think a lot of people are thinking about Zamunda and Wakanda.
Right.
I think that had an influence on it.
Probably.
So we'll see what the movie is, but
yeah,
if I had to guess. You know who, by the way, is underrated in this movie? The guy with the hair. Like, he is hilarious in this movie.
Yeah, Daryl.
The Soul Glow.
Daryl.
The Soul Glow guy.
Yeah.
I don't know who he is, like if he's an actor or anything, if it's like someone well known, but he was very funny. I'm like, I feel like I've seen this guy before, but I don't know in what.
He has that face.
He looks like Little Richard or something.
Right.
He definitely looks familiar.
He is.
What's his name? Daryl.
Yeah, it's Daryl. They're all kind of down here.
Cute.
Eric
together.
LaSalle.
Yeah, he's really not in much. He's in ER.
He's in Logan?
And Logan.
Oh, 1 hour photo.
Okay. A lot of TV stuff lately.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, he was real funny.
Yeah, he was very good.
Underrated in the movie.
Very good.
For sure.
All right, so next week's movie. We've picked it. It is a cult classic, maybe the biggest cult classic of them all. Mars Attacks.
Is it a cult classic or is it just a classic?
We're going to debate that next time on Thoughts from the Movies.
I'm here for it.
They don't know Raw, SNL, Eddie. They know Kid Movie Eddie. Yeah. There you go. Jason would know. He has 2 of them at home. So, all right. Mars Attacks is next week on Thoughts from the Movies. Just as you're watching this, enjoy it for everything that it is, and write down all the little fucking cameos that you didn't realize were in this movie, because there's a shit ton. I already see Pierce Brosnan peeking at me. That makes me giggle just remembering he's in this movie. All right. That is Thoughts from the Movies this week. We'll see you next week for When Mars Attacks. Thanks for watching.